Yo, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I was able to make $12,000 on this one trade on AUD How I was able to catch this beautiful trade following the bullish market structure. Very simple. Price came down, retested resistance, rejecting what turned into support, and went bullish. Gave us a bullish engulfing candlestick on the 1 hour time frame, after which I knew it was time to enter long. I knew there was no way that AUD was not going to continue to go bullish because we were forming higher lows, higher highs, and the market structure was beautiful on this trade right here. So I'm going to go ahead and explain my exact strategy that I used to catch this trade right here. So let's get straight into it. The first thing I want to touch on is time frames. So you need to understand the different time frames that there is, and I like classifying the time frames in 2 or 3 main pairs, and this is what they are. First of all, you have the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and 15 minute. This is what I call the really small time frame, so very small. So we're gonna go ahead and put this over here to the left. The second group of time frames is starting with the 30 minute, 1 hour, and 2 hour time frame. So this is the second group. The last group, this is a small to medium time frame. So this last group is going to be from medium to high time frames. So this one starts with the 4 hour, goes to the daily, and then the weekly time frame. These are the 3 main groups that I like separating my time frames in. And for this style of trading and the way that I trade, I do not use the smaller time frames. I don't use them because there's too much noise and it doesn't give me a clear picture of what the market's going to do. I have traded them before and I haven't had the best results because, like I said, it's hard to trade on the very small time frames because there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of false signals. So we're left with 2 main groups of time frames. We have the small to medium time frames right here, and we have the higher time frames, and we're going to use both of these for this strategy. We use the higher time frames to determine our overall trend and direction of the market, and we use our smaller time frames to pinpoint an entry using confirmations such as a bullish engulfing, a bearish engulfing candlestick. We use rejections off of the EMA, off of the exponential moving average, and that's how we find our entries. So I just needed to explain that before getting into this trade right here. So let me just go ahead and clear out this. If you guys didn't know, if you hold command, or at least on a Mac it's command, and then you do this, you can select everything at once. It's pretty useful. So let's actually get into explaining this trade right here. So what are we going to do? We're going to start off on the higher time frames to determine what the trend of the market is. So on the weekly time frame, it was a bit confusing because it looked bearish at first. When I first started looking at it, I noticed this strong bearishness that had happened a couple of weeks back. But I did realize that this was back in July and we're in November now. So this was almost like I considered it to be irrelevant, and I only started to look at what was happening inside of here. So now we're gonna go ahead and zoom in. Remember, time frames is like a camera lens. You zoom in for more detail and you zoom out to get the overall picture of what's happening. So now that we zoom in to this blue square, this was the only price action I was considering because I was not looking at what happened back in July. So in here, it was still a bit confusing on the daily. But what I noticed was that we were starting to go bullish and we were starting to form a sort of bullish market structure on the daily time frame. One thing I want to say is that this daily that just occurred right now was not there. So it was only, well, this is after the trade worked out. So it was actually like this. This is how it looked. This is how it looked, except for the fact that we had one more bullish candle. This is how it looked because price that came down, rejected off of that support down here, and we also broke above this resistance. So it looked very nice to go bullish. So I'm gonna exit replay mode now. Let's go ahead and exit this. And before we head into the 4-hour time frame, I want to show you on the weekly time frame one thing that I noticed. I noticed that we were forming higher lows. So we have this low here, then we have this low and this low. So what that indicates to me is that we were forming higher lows on the weekly time frame. So remember, we're using all of this information in combination, right? So higher lows on the weekly time frame. We're going to go ahead and write down the confluences for this trade. So we have higher lows on the weekly. Then we go to the daily time frame and we realize that not only did we come down and retest this support level on the daily time frame, but we also broke above this resistance on the daily time frame. That's a very high time frame, and that means that it's a very important area that we broke above. So now we have daily time frame bullish market structure. And the reason why it's bullish market structure is because when you look at what's happened previously on the daily, it could make you think that we are bearish. That's why it was so important for this to happen in order for us to take buys. If on the daily we hadn't came down and tapped into this support, rejected off of it, broke above resistance, and started forming higher lows as well on the daily, then we possibly would have not looked to take this trade. Because if you zoom out on the daily time frame, we are in fact bullish. We are in fact bullish. Up, down. So you see higher lows, and eventually we're going to start to form higher highs as well. That's a bullish market structure. So now we have, on the weekly time frame, we have higher lows starting to form. Of course, the weekly takes longer for it to start forming. On the daily, we have a nice bullish market structure. So now we can go down to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we see essentially the same thing that we saw on the daily, but with more detail. And I actually have the lows marked up here. So I have this low, this low, this low, and this low. Notice how the market is steadily going up. So notice how we come up, we come back down, we go up, come back down, but the market is consistently making higher lows. So this trade, once the market started to break above this resistance, I was very interested in taking a buy position on this market, AUD-CHF. And I called it out. I literally called this entire trade out on my Instagram stories and on my free Telegram channel before it happened. I called this movement out before it happened. Right around here, which is where I entered the trade. Because I was very confident that this trade was going to play out. So I entered this trade. Let's see, I have my position size calculator. Don't mind the account size, it's just a random number. But I risked about $7,000 on this trade. I took a 25 lot position buy, and I made $12.3 thousand on this trade. So editor, if you're watching this, place a screenshot on this video. So back to the breakdown. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? Bullish market structure. So we have 4-hour bullish structure. But more importantly, what we had, which is what made this trade very, very good, was a 4-hour break and retest. Because the market broke above this resistance and came back down and retested the zone. This is the point of the trade. This is why the trade was an A+ setup that I was comfortable with risking $7,000. That's why I took this trade. So one thing I do want to mention for you guys on this trade, I know it looks very beautiful, but I actually ended up breaking my trading plan on this trade. So I only made $12,000 on this position because unfortunately I made a decision that I think was more emotional. It was late at night, London session. I made somewhat of an emotional decision to close out of this trade early. I closed out of the trade around here. It can be seen better on the 30-minute time frame. Right around here when we started to push up slightly. And I closed out because I was happy with my profits, which it is what it is. But if I would have stuck to my trading plan, I would have made what I planned to make, which was over 60 pips on this trade. which would have made me approximately $20,000. So I would have made more money than I actually made, and I broke my trading plan. So that's something I'm definitely learning from, and I'm writing down on my journal. But I still wanted to make this video on this trade for one reason, to show you that yes, I also break my trading plan. We're not perfect, and it's always going to happen, no matter how big or small your trades are, no matter if you're a profitable trader or not. There's going to be times where you do break your trading plan. You want to try to minimize that as much as possible, but it is still going to happen. So the second reason why I wanted to show you this trade is because it's a typical, and it's a very, very classic example of how market structure works. This is a beautiful market structure, and this is exactly the type of markets that you want to trade. Once again, what is market structure? You have a low and you have a high. Higher low, higher 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 high. That's market structure. That's what you're looking for, and this is what you're looking for to trade. So back to the breakdown, because we were doing a top-down analysis listing all the reasons why I entered. Another thing that made this trade just perfect to enter was that on the 1 hour time frame, so now we're heading into the second group of time frames, which is like the small to medium time frames, we had a bullish engulfing candlestick. So let me go ahead and clear some things from the chart, because I don't like it when the chart gets too cluttered. And I want to show you this bullish engulfing candlestick right here. When I saw this, I knew that this was the right trade to take. So that bullish engulfing candlestick at an area of support after breaking and retest with a bullish weekly, daily, and 4 hour market structure, that sealed the deal. Like, if you see this, take the trade. Don't even hesitate. So we're gonna go ahead and write down on our list of confluences 1 hour engulfing bullish candle. That's what basically sealed the deal for me. And shortly after that bullish engulfing candlestick, I entered the trade. I sat back, I went about my day. I went to the city, I went to a nice restaurant this day. I was monitoring my trade occasionally on my phone, but that's fine. Towards the nighttime, London session, like I said, I made the decision to exit this trade after we had already been in profit. I placed my take profit based on a zone to the left, which is probably easier to see on the 4 hour time frame. So if we go on the 4 hour time frame, we drag this out to the right, and you see exactly how I was able to find my take profit zone. So this trade, if I would have let it play out, I would have made a 1 to 2.7 risk to reward ratio. But instead, because of all the fees and commissions, and because I decided to close out of the trade early, I ended up making about a 1 to 1.8 risk to reward ratio, which is a very low risk to reward for me, which is why I'm not saying this was a perfect trade on my end. But this is a perfect example of the strategy playing out beautifully. Beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. This is what I call riding the wave of the market. You're not trying to predict where the market's going to go, because you're just trading where it's already going. You're finding where the market's going, and you're just riding the wave. Notice, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. What does that mean? You wait for the next higher low to form, and then you enter with your confirmations. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.